welcome back to my channel. My name is Bloodstained Wings, and I thought today we should just do another galaxy painting. What? They're fun! So get out your black canvas and your paint, and I'll show you guys what we're going to be painting today. Ta-da! I thought we would just do something really fun and really simple and keep things loosey-goosey. So let's go in. I will say I started this painting without a plan. I had no plan, which I will say again, but you're ready for it, I'm ready for it. Let's just have some fun. All right. I thought we could do another fun galaxy one. I really like painting galaxies. And this one I'm going in completely without a plan. No plan whatsoever. No reference pictures. No plan. I'm just gonna go and we're gonna see what I'm gonna do. I have on my palette some leftover colors from a painting I was just doing. There's sap green, viridian green, phthalo blue, and quinacridone violet. And that's the colors that I have. And a little bit of brown. There's a little bit of brown. I don't know what we're going to do with the brown, or if we're going to include the brown. Why not? Why not include brown? I've never done a galaxy painting with brown, except for that brown galaxy painting I did once. So, let's start with the quinacridone violet. And then maybe we'll move to the brown. Why not, right? Where do we think is a good time for the violet? Let's start over here. This is going to be my violet right there. We're just going to, yep. I just want to reiterate, I have no plan. None whatsoever. I am completely in the dark right now, just making stuff up. So yeah, why not get it going that way? Yeah. Galaxies do that sometimes. I'm kind of trying to achieve more of a nebula than a galaxy, so we'll see if this works out. Let's get some brown in there. Why not? I'm gonna play with the brown in here. We're gonna put some brown next to the purple in a kind of this kind of way. I'm gonna blend all of this out, but as of right now, we have some brown and some purple. That's what we got so far. And now I'm gonna switch to a little bit of green. And this is just both of the greens mixed together. And there's actually a little bit of white in my brush, but that's okay. It can be a little bit brighter, and we'll just have a little bit of that going on over here. And maybe we'll go up here with it. And have it come over here and kind of blend with that purple a little bit. It's possible I'm just going to keep this going and I don't know what's going to go here, but I was thinking blue was going to go there. But as of right now, I'm just going to keep mixing with this purple because I'm really liking this. Some magic is happening and we're rolling with it. That's what happens in my paintings. Sometimes I just let magic happen and we see what happens with that. And this is one of those paintings where I'm just gonna let magic happen and we're just gonna see what happens. So far, it looks terrible, but you give it time. We'll make something out of this. Okay, I think I'm ready for that blue. Let's get that blue in there. We're just gonna go full on with the phthalo blue, and it's just gonna dominate this area. I also want it over here. Look at that phthalo blue. Woo! That's bright. I love phthalo blue. It's one of those colors that a lot of artists are like afraid of because it's really powerful. It's like super potent. It doesn't blend, it takes over. And I like that about it. I think that is a cool thing. It does, however, make it a wee bit challenging to work with when trying to blend with other colors. So you just gotta take it slow, go one thing at a time, see what happens, and be okay with like happy little accidents and all kinds of magical things that happen. Just be okay with that. I think that's one of the things that oil paintings really taught me in life, was to just be okay with whatever happens. Like, if it happens, it happens. That's that. Like, what are you gonna do? It happened. And sometimes that if you just let it happen, as opposed to trying to control where everything and everyone goes, that sometimes if you just let it happen, better things happen that way. Sometimes, not all the time. But that's part of the joy, part of the magic of it. That just sometimes things happen and it's wonderful and it's great and you should just let it happen. And I feel like that's a life lesson that we can all learn from. That just sometimes you have to let things happen. And therefore, I think everyone should paint. That's what I'm trying to say. Everyone just go paint so you can learn that it's okay that things happen. So I'm just blending these together so that all these things kind of like touch and meet and mingle, say hello, befriend each other. Like, quinacridone violet, please meet phthalo blue. Thank you. Okay, so I've got a brush. I'm going to try to get some white and just see if we can make some things happen in the purple to make them like kind of glow, and then like maybe go into the blue a little. Make some things happen. That's what we're going for. We're going for a making of things happen. So let's see if we can blend this and make some things happen. Galaxies are all about tiny, tiny circles, just so everybody knows. This is, in case you didn't learn from any of my other videos, I've got lots of videos on galaxies. My first video was actually a galaxy painting, and if you haven't watched that, please feel free to go and watch that. It features manta rays flying in space, which I think is still cool. I think that's still a cool idea. Of course, not everyone agrees, but that's okay. I like that so far. Okay, let's do it again, but maybe in a different spot. Like let's come down here into the brown, and then go back into the blue, like that. See if we can't make some magic happen over here as well. So I'm just using the corner of my brush to blend the heck out of this, and I am blending it like crazy. I am not maintaining any edges whatsoever. I am just blending, looking for that white to like kind of meld into everything. Making some things happen. Now I can maintain the edge and then have like a lightened edge, but I'm looking for it to just be blended right now. I'm trying to see what happens. Trying to see what happens with this. I'm gonna add some more over here. But I'm gonna grab some more and put it over here. Why am I whispering? I don't know. Sometimes I do things that even I don't understand, and that's okay. There we go. Just trying to blend everything together, blend it all, make it all kind of weird and interesting, because nebulas are weird and interesting. And there's no two that are the same, and no one is the same one day as it is the next day. They are always changing and moving and different. And that's kind of what makes them like really cool, is that they just do whatever the heck they want. And we just kind of deal with that. We're like, oh, okay, you want to just do that now? Okay. I guess we're just gonna deal with you doing that now. I like this dark area, and I'm trying to maintain it while lightening up other areas to try to like have some interest and cool things happening. That's my plan. I think I'm gonna add one more right here. So you can see I'm really blending at the bottom of that. And that's because I want this whole corner to be lighter. And then I'm being a little bit more gentle on the top, because I kind of like how floofy it is. So I'm going to try to keep that floof. Just like how I like this floof. I might try, let me see, just a second. Okay, so I might try to see if I can get some of my goop on my brush here and see if I can just highlight like the edge of this a little. That moment when you stop breathing because you're afraid of messing it up. Yeah. Then we blend that out, and then if you just blend it down and maintain the tops of that, it'll have this like shimmering cloud kind of feel. Hopefully. That's my plan anyways, is for it to have this shimmering cloud kind of feel, where it looks like that cloud is like highlighted just by like a little line. And if you're really careful with this and don't do it on everything, I think that it has a really cool effect. I'm going to try to do it over here. I'm just doing like the tiniest circles I can possibly think of doing is what I'm trying to do to blend this out. So that while, yes, it is a stark line, it's also like more subtle and part of the cloud, as opposed to just sitting on top of it. It like picks out little edges to make them stand out a little bit more. And the more wiggly you have them, the better it's gonna look. At least that's the way it looked when somebody else did it. And by somebody else, I mean Eclectic Scribbles. By the way, if you're still not following Eclectic Scribbles, I don't know how to tell you to do that more. Please do. Last time I talked about artists that inspire me, and Eclectic Scribbles being one of them. And if you didn't catch the hint, then please catch it now. She is an amazing streamer who does amazing art, and she inspires me as much as I inspire her, which is great. That's the kind of relationship you want with artists, is that you're inspiring them as much as they're inspiring you. That's co-inspiration mode. That's what you're looking for. I'm gonna do this side of this guy. That has like this weird like, oh, I'm highlighted on this side now. And I'm like, right? Isn't that so ooh-woo? Tiny little circles, tiny little circles. And it gives this just little light area that I think really helps to sell this as a galaxy or a nebula, because nebulas have like weird outlines and like highlights, and they're just like, they're weirdly shaped. Guys, feel free to Google some nebula shapes, because honestly, they are weird. Like, I'm not making this up. They're legitimately weird. And I love how weird they are, but at the same time, they are super weird. And they do all kinds of weird things. So when painting them, you want to get as weird as you can. Like, just get weird with it. And the weirder, probably the better. Because that's just more accurate. And no, I'm not talking about the character that's in, what is it, with the Thanos. And he's got the two daughters. And one of them is Nebula. Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. I am, in fact, talking about real nebulas and real galaxies that really exist. Oh, that's a good one. See, this is what we do. You just pick up little things that you see in your painting and you run with it. You just run with it. Actually, I think I'm going to carry that one out to just define this a little bit more. There. So that it kind of like exists, where previously it kind of didn't. Secrets that you learn from watching other artists do art. I will say that there are some artists that I watch that like, I just watch because it's awesome watching other artists do art, and other artists I watch and they inspire me to do art. And it's a very different feeling watching art because you want to do art, as opposed to watching art because you're like, wow, that's magic. How did they do? And then that's it. You just leave it at that. You don't, you don't take it any further. And I feel like there's different kinds of reasons that people watch art. I'd be interested to know if you guys are watching me because You know, you're that like, wow, art! Or if it's like because you're like, no, I really do want to know how to do this and how to make magic happen on a page. Or if you're just like, yay, magic! Because I understand both kind of cards on the table when it comes to that. Although I do find that the more I watch somebody, the more I want to do that kind of art, whatever it is. And then I'm like, no. Been watching some artists do some resin art, and I'm like, no. So I need to stop because now I want to know how to do that. But I am really enjoying this so far. I think that this is turning out really cool. It's got a lot of really cool highlights. So let's not go further and let's do the stars. So I'm using my paint thinner. And going into the white. Okay, I grabbed a lot of paint thinner, so I'm just trying to thicken it with some more paint. More paint. Okay, there we go. Now we have paint and not just paint thinner. And now we can do some stars. Woo! Like I said, it was a little thin. So it kind of went everywhere, but that's okay. It's very thin. I'm gonna stop because that was more stars than I normally do. Those stars were everywhere. Duly noted. Make sure you get the thickness right on that paint thinner, because a lot of thicker paint doesn't spread out as much. This was a very thin, like a very, very thin paint. So that's why I did all of this. So that's cool. I feel like I want to make some of them I want to make one of them like a shooting star. I want to make it like this one. I'm going to make a shooting star. I'm just going to take it and then go psh, and I'm going to make the sound effect because I like making sound effects. Psh, there we go. It's a shooting star now. Just like that. That's how you make shooting star, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed this painting. I will do the reveal. And it's going to have a little cute black background because we started on a black canvas. You can buy these canvases pre-blacked. Is that even a statement? You can buy black canvas paper. Yes, that has been gessoed for you, so you don't have to gesso it. But if you don't have gesso available, or if you don't have the paint available, my God, the canvas paper. If you don't have the canvas paper already black, you can just use black gesso on the canvas paper. Just be careful because the black gesso can warp your canvas paper. So just heads up on that. This turned out really good. I really like how this painting turned out. Thank you, Eclectic Scribbles, for the hint on how to do the little highlighty things. They look awesome, so thank you for that. I'll have you notice that Eclectic Scribbles is actually one of the people on my Patreon list. So extra thank you for Scribbles for that. Thank you, thank you. And thank you everyone else who is on my Patreon as well. You guys definitely helped to make all of this possible, and I really, really appreciate you guys. Please feel free to check out all the links below. If you guys enjoyed this painting, please feel free to subscribe, make a comment, do all the things. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, weekend, week, everything. I hope that everything is good in your life, and remember that you are loved and you deserve to be loved. Mwah!